This particular lesson is to help us understand the challenges we face in the governance of Africa. I've been talking about diversities mismanagement. I've been talking about population mismanagement. And also, I've been talking about how democracy does not work in a country of multi diversities. As you can see, democracy at the center as an organogram for bad governance in Africa. See 12 different components that cause problems in Africa that does not allow development. See, the class factor, as you can see, was created by man. Class distinctions where some tribes think they are more superior than some tribes, where the public and private sectors separate themselves from the people. Class factor where some people don't see themselves never as equal with others. Democracy in Africa upholds this. Same democracy does not uphold this in Europe, countries like Denmark. Equality is the value system of the country, fighting for everybody. Those who do not have work will still live. Those who are sick will still be happy because those who are strong and working will pay for their welfare. That's the way government functions in Europe. So there is no class distinction established, but class distinction is part of Africa's history. It's part of Africa's culture where one person becomes Rankadede and the rest of the people will worship him. It does not happen in Europe. We have multi-party systems. The multi-party systems have another distinction of class or classification. It's regionalized. Some parties are for the different tribes in Nigeria. You can join from another tribe, but you may not have any significant role to play. Some political parties like APGA is an Igbo party. If you come from the north or from the west to occupy position in APGA, you may have challenges. ACN in those days was a Yoruba party before they joined CPC to form APC. You actually will find a problem as an Igbo man to function in ACN then, or even in CPC. So there's still class distinction in the political party system. The multi-party system has skewed and unregulated pattern of functionality. For instance, when the country decides, maybe by understanding that the North will rule for 8 years and the South rules after the North has ruled, the political parties have their own rules, have their own decisions, which may not go well with the understanding of the public. Now, the South is ruling Nigeria, but watch out for the North, using political party standpoint to contest against the South. Tradition. When you talk about tradition, It goes deep and deeper into even the local government council, where people of different villages and towns have to contest among themselves, and sentimental factors of tradition applies when time comes to vote or cast votes. Same as culture, race, ethnicity. The ethnicity factor is very deep and key. Tribalism, language, color in a place like South Africa, sect. Even in the same religion, you have different sets of religion. Christianity, you have different Christian religious groups, same as Muslim. Geography, people are inclined to their geographical locations. So these are factors that influence decisions, especially during electoral events. People vote based on sentiments, based on their inclinations. Even in terms of economy, you have situations where sentiments apply. Sentiments applying in the sense of shared benefits. But in general, we have situations where economy does not apply those sentimental factors. For instance, an Igbo man will prefer a northerner to guard his gates, even in the village. A northerner will prefer a Calabar man as chef. So that is shared and trust benefit for co-prosperity in terms of economy. But ordinarily, we find situations where a Yoruba president will appoint his Yoruba tribesmen into positions of authority. A Hausa Fulani man will do the same thing. That has happened in the APC government, whereby positions of authority and economic benefits are given to those who come from same tribe and ethnicity or same religion with the man at the top. So these are some of the factors inhibiting the development of African countries. Diversities management and mismanagement is a critical factor. It's beautiful on its own, as you can see, but the management system with democracy, and like I said, democracy on its own is a good concept with its freedom of speech, with its freedom of press, rules and laws. Democracy is meant to give fair and equitable governance to the people. But unfortunately, the factors surrounding it, the divisive factors, does not permit that, because there is boundary within a country that is like this, that has this kind of divisions. They create boundaries. So you see, witness irredentism, where the next village does not allow the other village to share benefits with them. The divisive factors we share has a lot of influence in both our political and economic system. Socially, the people are mixed up, but it still shows eventually that there are socio-cultural differences between different tribes in the country. They compete amongst themselves. They don't integrate, but rather compete in most cases. Unlike in Europe, where immigrants integrate instead of competing with the existing norm. This is the challenge. This is the problem we are to resolve. We need iCode for resolving this problem. iCode will help us to manage our diversities and population because of what it offers. Having learned from experiences of both European country and African country, Nigeria and Ireland, looking at these two countries, iCode was derived to resolve the problem being identified in Nigeria. So, once again, the problem of governance in Nigeria and Africa is in the mismanagement of our diversities and population and the use of democracy to administer governance in such a complex society is a failure, fatal failure. The country will rather go into abyss if democracy continues to be in use in the management of her governance system, not even in the digital age. In the analog age, it sustained the system because they just needed to get started. But now things have become more sophisticated. The world has advanced. This is the AI era. So the need to get things right, the need to apply the best concepts is very key. Any errors these days, AI and the robots are coming to automate systems and take people out from their jobs. So human beings have to find a way, a path. Like I am creating one now. What will you be doing if robots take your jobs? Go and study my work, compete with your mates, study it very well, and win. When you compete and score the highest in each of the quiz sections that will be emanating minute by minute in the platform, you can earn money. You can become a millionaire in Nigeria. In Ireland, you can earn tens of thousands of euros. So you can actually stay back here and work by learning, studying, learning, and winning. Because jobs will disappear in the near future, especially in the Western world. If you are living anywhere in the world, this course is not just for Nigerians or Africans. This course is for the whole world. Every child can learn, every youth, every citizen can learn and compete and win. The digital age civilization is going to be very challenging, and people have to find other ways and means to be able to survive in the digital era.